Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I am Ryan Clifton Bolin. As we all know, there is a major border crisis right now that is obvious to anyone that bothers to even take the time to watch the news, especially the mainstream news, who try to cover this up. But there is an obvious border crisis, and this border crisis is causing some very traumatic situations to occur in our country. But before I get into the article dealing with a couple of illegal aliens that were arrested for some pretty bad crimes, I'm going to give a disclaimer right now. First and foremost, I am not against immigration. I am not against people coming here to this country. If they want to leave their country because it's tyrannical and they want to come here to a country where they have freedoms guaranteed to them by the Constitution of our country, I am in total support of that. I've never had any problems with it before I got into politics. I don't have a problem with it now that I'm into politics, okay? What I am against is illegal immigration or illegal aliens coming over here. Now, they're illegal aliens. They're not illegal immigrants. That's a soft way of saying it, but that's not what it is. I know people don't like the term alien, but alien simply is you're not from this area. That's what it means. You're not from here. You're from somewhere else. So that's what that means. However, I'm against that concept. I'm against people coming over here illegally. And it has caused major problems. Now, let me say something else before I read this article. I got to get into some of the elements of this article. For the last few decades, it has been both the fault of the Republicans and the Democrats for not doing anything about the border crisis. Okay, both of their faults. None of them have done it. They have got up and they have given speeches. I've seen videos of them giving all these grand speeches, both Democratic politicians and Republican politicians, and neither one of them have done anything to fix the border situation. So the border crisis has been a crisis for quite some time now. But now under the Biden administration, it is at an all-time high. The border crisis didn't seem to be addressed properly until Trump got in office and began to spend tons of money to try to build a wall that would at least decrease this idea of illegals coming over here. But when Biden got into office, from what I'm understanding, he's trying to do away with what Trump has tried to create. Why in the heck is he doing that? Why would you try to destroy something that is going to help the country, that is going to protect the country from people who may be criminal-minded that come over here? Why would you do that? I'm going to give you my reasons why I believe that the Biden administration is allowing this influx of illegals to take place in our country. I'm going to give you my reasons and my opinions on it. But let's get into this article right now. Let's get into this article first. And this is from Breitbart. And the title of the article is Two Mexican Men Charged with Hostage Taking, Smuggling Weapons Violations in the U.S. Now, let me say something, too, before I go any further. Let me say something, too, about this, because it says two Mexican men. I am not anti-Mexican, anti-white, anti-anything, okay? I look at people as individuals, okay? I look at people as individuals. If you are a great person, you have character, regardless of your ethnic group or your race, God bless you. If you are a jerk, regardless of your race, God don't bless you. Okay? So I'm not against anyone's ethnic groups. If I was racist against any group, guess who it would be? It's going to be a startling thing for some people, the blacks. You want to know why? You want to know why as a black man? Because throughout my life, those are the people that have caused me the most pain. They've stolen from me. They threatened me. They put their hands on me. I've never had any problems from any other ethnic groups that I know of. So I don't even roll like that. So if I was to be racist or hateful towards any ethnic group, it would be the black ethnic group, my own ethnic group. Okay? So let's get that straight. Now, let's get into this article. The U.S. Attorney for the District of Arizona filed charges against two Mexican nationals for their roles in an alleged human smuggling scheme that included extorting family members for the release of migrants being held for ransom. The suspects allegedly demanded a payment of $8,000 for each migrant being held against their will in Arizona. Following the April 8th arrest of 2 Mexican nationals illegally present in the United States by federal and local police, get that, illegally present. So these are illegals, clearly. A federal grand jury handed down indictments against these 2 individuals. I can't pronounce their name and I don't want to butcher their name, so I'm going to skip that. You can check the link out in the description box below for yourself. But these individuals, the grand jury handed down indictments for these 2 individuals for conspiracy to commit hostage taking, conspiracy to commit transportation of illegal aliens for profit, transportation for illegal aliens for profit, and prohibited possessors of firearms and ammunition, according to a statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Arizona. So I wanted to read something else here. I'm going to skip some portions here. Like I said, you can go to the article, you can go to the description box below and read this article in its entirety. But there's something I wanted to read here that I think is very important. It says a conviction for the crime of conspiracy to commit hostage taking carries a maximum penalty of life imprisonment, a $250,000 fine, or both, the U.S. Attorney's Office said in a written statement. The remaining charges each carry a maximum penalty of 10 years, a $250,000 fine, or both. Okay. Now, why did I read that? Because if these judges in this state are progressive liberals, progressive liberal Democrats, these migrants going to get a slap on the wrist. You notice what it said, this carries up to a life imprisonment. So let's assume they cut it down to a few, even if the judges are Republican and they have conservative underpinnings, even if they don't give them life, they're going to give them some substantial time in jail, in prison. But if they are progressive Democrats who believe that criminals are only criminals because of an oppressive system, that they don't need to take responsibility for their own actions, they're going to get them a slap on the wrist, and we're going to have this ongoing problem. So let's see how this goes. But having said all of that, let me give you my reasons why I believe that the Biden administration, as previous administrations have done and allowed, but mainly the Biden administration is allowing this. The first is that I believe, as some commentators also believe, that the reason why the Biden administration is allowing this influx of illegals to flood our country and this influx of people to flood our country is because they're trying to use them as another voter base. They're losing people right now in their party in terms of registered Democrats. They're losing people. And these people are either referred into the Republican Party or they're becoming independent. So they're losing people. They're losing their voter base. So they have to find an all-new voter base. And I believe, as other commentators believe, that the reason why the Biden administration is allowing this influx of illegals is so that they can use them as an extra voting base. That's why they want to get them these sanctuary cities and take care of them and give them free this and free that and all these handouts to secure their loyalty. So that when it comes time to vote, who you think they're going to vote for? They're certainly not going to vote for Republicans. No matter what kind of campaign the Republicans push at them, they ain't going to vote for them for the most part. So I believe that it is for the Biden administration to get an extra voting base in case, kind of like a backup plan in case they lose their present day voting base now, which for the most part for blacks is about 90%. The other reason that I believe that this influx of illegals are flooding our country is because in other European countries, the elites, those individuals in government areas in Europe are trying to create as much chaos as they possibly can in the countries in order to disenfranchise them and divide them so that they can bring in their one world government. In order for you to destroy a country and its traditional belief systems, you have to bring in people who don't embrace the same traditions and who will never assimilate, Bring them in. Don't push them, encourage them to assimilate. Just bring them in. Let them do what they want to do. Let them wave their flags all over the place. Even though they're in your country, let them wave their flags all over the place. Let them do what they want to do so that you can disenfranchise the people of their country and then come in with a new agenda to rebuild it into the one world socialist government that the elites are trying to create. Same principle here. That's what the Build Back Better is all about. The so-called Build Back Better is a phrase that the World Economic Forum have used. That's a phrase from the United Nations. That's not indigenous to America. That's not created by the Biden administration. That comes from the United Nations, the World Economic Forum. That's where that comes from. So what's going on here? So I believe that there's a purposeful intent to dismantle America. And that's why they're letting all these illegals come over and flood everything. See, that's what that's all about. They want to bring chaos so that they can rebuild the country into their one world socialist government that will merge with the United Nations. Okay, that's what I believe this is all about. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. What do you guys think about these two individuals here? Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button. Share this video and subscribe. God bless you all and see you again.